Yeah, definitely a very dynamic game. And you called it, man, Spirit Breaker to pair up with a Dark. I think the ideal combo is actually Darkseer Tusk, but Spirit Breaker works just in a similar format where you just charge on with the Iron Shell and send them from the lane. And we have the Beastmaster. Not too sure how much it can repel that kind of aggression, but as soon as the Beast is picked, my immediate thought towards the next pick is the Nature Prophet.
I'm gonna restart our call just very, very quickly because we're roboting it up a little bit, so we'll try and get a better connection back in again. But yeah.
Hello.
Hi, welcome back. So sorry, you were actually thinking Nature's Prophet at one point?
On the side of Monkey, yeah. As soon as the Beastmaster was picked, I don't know if they want to run it into the Darkseer and Spirit Breaker, but it's something that really complements not only the Tusk and the Beastmaster in general, but also a pick that it's just a powerful pick for them. Honestly, the way Monkey played, whenever I run this kind of lineup, like I always think about the Jakir PhD, which crit plays, I believe, as well as Nature's Prophet, which the Moon Meander plays, and it just again it complements their style. They're very aggressive with it. They're very dynamic. And they like to move around the map and secure objectives.
Well, Prophet as well as Jakiro kind of work for that really, really nicely. I'm a big Jakiro fan as well. I really believe he should be coming back in a lot stronger than what he currently is. Like Liquid Fire in itself is so powerful, but then you you also buff up Dual Breath. So you've got so many slows. What was it? We actually had like a Venomancer as well as a Jakiro playing together with a Beastmaster. Between I think we went down to 144 movement speed. This is actually played by Monkey Business. They play the Veno in the mid, and then they play the Jakiro support with the Beastmaster off lane, I think it was. And they slowed down who the hell was it? It was a high movement speed hero, but he only had 144 movement speed.
Yeah.
Like it was the Doombringer. It was the Doombringer. Yeah, it was the off lane Doombringer. And he had Scorched Earth on, he still moved at 144 movement speed.
Yep, it's basically static. Yeah, so the Undying Ban coming out to, I guess, elude the further potential aggression. It's just, again, it could be very strong this game too. The Darkseer Spirit Breaker, they're not very good at repelling pushes, although Darkseer kind of is, but he needs a good lane start, and I guess Spirit Breaker kind of tries to secure him that. But I think, as you mentioned with the Jakiro, I really feel that hero is very powerful in this meta. And tower pushing in general is kind of underrated because the traditional form of tower pushing is like once you mow down one tower, you can mow down a second one. And once you mow down a second one, you can kind of get 3, 4, 5, 6, and eventually high ground. But high ground dispatch is like completely different from the high grounds in the day where you could just force tier 2 towers and force tier 3 as a result. It's not like that anymore because of the picks, the changes, the meta, the gold gains, and everything. And I think Jakiro Dragon Knight together is just a really, really underrated thing of the past that people should look into more. And they picked up Gyrocopter as their other core, so I'm not too sure if the Dragon Knight part will come out, but I think Jakiro Firion is still a very potent option for Monkey.
5 seconds.
Well, for now, man, I'm having less faith that they're gonna do that just because they always run the Beastmaster as it. So
yeah.
that's the only reason why I'm walking away from that kind of idea.
Ooh, yeah, Alliance's lineup, it's not weak, but I would say compared to the Bruiser type of lineup that Monkey's throwing at them, it definitely does look a little bit on the squishier side of things. I mean, it's really just a Witch Doctor so far, and it is a lane guarantee hero, so they can go any core from here on out, but they want something that can scale parallel to, if not greater than the Gyrocopter at this point. And with the Beastmaster and the Tusk complementing that hero, it's going to be hard to fight the auras and the sigils and stuff like that. I wonder if they opt with the Juggernaut again.
Actually wouldn't be too bad. The issue would be like how many of your Omni Slashers are going to get soaked up by the Beastmaster.
That's right.
And then you've
still
got to deal with like Dazzle. So most of the time the only way you're going to get a kill is by continuous damage during the fight.
Ember Spirit.
He's a really good guy for doing that. Continuous damage can come out with control from Searing Chains as well as the Flame Guard. Your Spirit Jump back and forward means they got some really good quick resets if they need it. And there's two heroes that work well with the Iron Shell, Spirit Breaker and Ember Spirit together.
They can definitely do a lot of diving. I don't know, I feel like I can see this going both ways, really. I actually think Monkey's type of lineup is like a really good counter to Ember, because Ember in the early game is like, you're very reliant on the shield, and Monkey have so many tools to either bypass the shield and the physical damage coming out of Shadow Wave. I'm sure you've seen like many scenarios where just an Ember gets blown up on top of a creep wave because of Shadow Wave heal or something. And they have Snowball, and they have Beastmaster, and Gyrocopter, who can just burn the shield immediately with a Rocket Barrage. I favor Monkey's lineup quite heavily here in this scenario so far. I don't doubt Alliance's potential to snowball with the Iron Shell and the Ember Spirit, but I certainly do feel like Monkey has more options to play around with.
I can see your point. I like from both sides though, like Alliance have really good control, really good initiation. They can set the tempo of this game quite nicely. Where Monkeys, they need a little bit more time before they come online to attack. Like this, I remember when, like, if you look back at Ember Spirit before TI, like I was very skeptical about this hero because it always seemed to be, you had to wait until 15 minutes to 22 minutes before the Ember Spirit came online. So that's around the same time as, like, you not only have like his upgraded boots, but you'll be looking at Aquila, drums, and then your Battle Fury around the 22 to 23 minute mark. And then he'll do something, but I've been seeing a lot more Embers of recent times committing the early spirits to finding kills, going to work with low levels up in Sleight of Fist, relying on the supports to get stuns, and then you get kills with higher levels up in Searing Chains as well as Flame Guard. So I kind of feel like that hero's become a lot more diverse, while Gyrocopter is, run on me, I'll let a cooldown go, but until I get damaged, my flat cannon really isn't that scary. So it's only up to Rocket Barrage. But when you got tanky heroes like a Darkseer and a Spirit Breaker, Rocket Barrage isn't really as scary, and when you got Flame Guard for the Ember Spirit, Rocket Barrage really isn't as scary.
Oh, yeah, to an extent, I can see what you mean. I think the Embers in general are kind of scared of Gyrocopter because Ember is a hero that really wants to get on top of them with the Remnant to fight. And again, Monkey Business's lineup, I don't think it's very easy to get on top of that lineup. It's like they have so many ways to repel damage that that comes on top of them, or they have ways to just jump on you and burst you down quickly. And I think Alliance have to be very respectful of the damage that's coming out of Monkey in the early stages. You know, this Gyrocopter definitely fell from its grace recently with the small nerfs as well as buffs to other heroes and other mentions. But I think the hero's generally still very powerful. It's just that it's more into a fixed playstyle as opposed to in the past where it was like the master of all trades. Now it's just a jack of all trades and a master of like a specific point in the game where you can snowball. And again, I think this is the game where you could do it. Even against Darkseer and Spirit Breaker with a Dazzle Earthshaker around or Dazzle Tuskar around, I think they definitely can. And the Alchemist, there it is, the hero that we've been missing throughout the entire series. It has finally come about, and I'll tell you right now, I have thoughts because I don't like safe lane Alchemist. I don't think it's particularly strong, but it's a hero that can get the ball rolling faster than anything else, man. That gold game, unparalleled.
Well, that's when you ask yourself the question, does Alliance feel dynamic enough that they can push Loader into that mid position and let the Ember Spirit take up the safe lane?
Oh, interesting. I don't think that's gonna happen, but it could, right? He has gone mid with the Alchemist before, has he not?
Yeah.
Or okay. Yeah, because I really think that hero belongs at the mid lane. He really wants a quick 6. He wants to take advantage of those bounty runes as much as possible with the bottle. And he wants to be able to have easy access to neutrals. And on the safe lane, he'll be missing all of these to an extent.
10 seconds.
Because if you're over on like the Radiant side, even if you're on the Radiant side, like Radiant or die at safe lane, it's such a long trek to get to the rune. If you're on the off lane, then it's not as bad because you know as an alchemist you can survive just by soaking up bounty runes anyway. And yeah, you actually see S4 moving north. Like he's got himself a tango as well, tangos as well as a mango. So that just reeks of safe laner. And then the alchemist with the 2 shared tangos, yeah, this early bottle. So Loader will be playing the mid role in this game because he has to. It's the alchemist. It's you pick up 3 bounty runes in the first like 3 to 4 minutes, and the hero's already won the lane.
Yeah, pretty much. It's kind of just hard to stop, and of course there's the classic steal the bounty rune from the alchemist strategy, where you either send 5 heroes or you have somebody that just comes in at an opportunistic moment when the enemy's not prepared, and that really does change the matchup because he has Grievel's Greed at level 1, and when he gets 1 creep denied at level 1, he won't have acid until like the 2nd creep wave. So we'll see if that's what happens. I think again the level 1 engagement for Alliance is very strong. Spirit Breaker, double Iron Shell, Witch Doctor Cask. This is like a bounty rune guarantee lineup if I ever seen one.
Yeah, you don't want to be contesting this, or else you'll be giving up hero kills at the very start. At the same time, Monkeys can also battle against the Ember Spirit in the top lane, so S4's not going to go for that one. But with 10 seconds on the clock, Miracle is coming down, and now, he will be
now he's going away.
Yeah.
Sees the Iron Shell, sees the Spirit Breaker, says, nope, I'm out of here.
Smooth. Alright, so, bounty rune to the Alchemist, there goes your early bottle. Courier's now going to make the run. Don't really have a
you
great
know-
Courier sniper in this game for Monkeys. That's kind of the downside.
Mhm.
And the Sentry Ward also misses the Dire Observer Ward. So that's
I want to
that's a
say
bit
as
of a blow.
well.
Yep.
I think this is this Alchemist having to shy away from the immediate bottle, and I think it's the right approach. How I see this lane playing out is that he won't take that much harassment, and he won't be spamming mana to the point where he needs like immediate bottle throwing. So I think if he just brought an extra solve and just started with boots, it would have been better for him because you can actually harass the enemy with acid spray as well. But he is taking a lot of physical damage, and again, like bottle, with the bottle changes being 110 per charge. Look at his HP, right? He has to actually use 3 bottle charges to heal up to full right now.
Yeah.
So I don't think bottle first is actually good on Alchemist at mid anymore.
It's just when you get to focus on so many runes, I can understand it.
Yeah.
Like, just keep that
But even then,
regeneration
like, the thing
going.
is,
for
Alch
the
will get
acid spray.
bottled by 2. Yeah, even with boots, you'll get bottled by 2 for sure. Like, I look at this lane right now and say, if he had boots and solve, this would not be happening. And he would be like 300 gold in, so he 400 gold in now. And he would have his bottle in one more quick wave, so I don't see the difference.
Okay.
Yeah.
Something for all those people who love to play around with timings. They can do that later on.
Oh, his acid is very deep on this one. I don't think this one is good. He should have waited until it came to the and
It
dropped the
keeps
acid.
it keeps No-Tail out, but No-Tail's already got his bottle.
Yeah, again, I don't know if well, I don't think No-Tail's too worried about that. He's just gonna walk through the acid. You can tank level 1 acid with while you're healing up with bottle, but it is level 2 now. Can you tank level 2 as well?
I
I'm
don't
not
know.
sure.
S4, there's that Searing Chains I was looking for before, and he doesn't have the Flame Guard turned on, so that burn damage is not kicking in.
Oh,
but it's
that
really
shard.
low right now for the Earthshaker into the tree lines, and Moon Meander will be picked off by RK. First blood going the way of Alliance.
Oh no, that shard. I bet I think Moon really wanted crit to save the shard, and just throw it when S4 is chasing it into the side shot there, and then it would have blocked him out, and Moon might have been able to TP, but. That was really unfortunate because that shard I don't even know if that shard did damage because when you're too close to the tusk I don't think the shard hits sometimes.
Well, either way it works. Alliance now picks up the first blood. Goes the way of RK, which means you could be looking at a little bit earlier like item progression coming out from the Witch Doctor. Don't know exactly where you want to go with that, however. Like the Witch Doctor in this game, is it going to be worthwhile trying to build early into that Aghanim Scepter upgrade?
Aghanim Scepter?
Yeah.
I mean, I think with an Alchemist in the game, you just have him give it to you. If anything.
But it's a nice way you could do it. S4, okay, this is troublesome for him. The Flame Guard's still got half of his duration left on him. Mango plus the ability to munch on the Tangos. Actually don't have enough damage to break him. How does this top lane? Like normally Tuskar's meant to be like this wonder kind of hero to work aggro tri lanes, but with the Ember Spirit now in the safe lane, they just don't have enough damage to kill.
Yep. I think I think that kill actually just changed the dynamic of the matchup because Earthshaker, if you want to play a dueling with an ES, you really want level 3 so he can actually have 1-1-1 where Aftershock becomes a factor when you're trying to dive him.
Yep.
But he just didn't have that early on, and again with just Fissure, as soon as the Fissure comes out, S4 knew he could just pop the shield and
Nuts has a
have
kill. Should have a kill.
Oh,
Can't
no
reach
kill?
the kill, he's too slowed up. And Lotus gonna stun himself out.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It's unfortunate missed kill, but still has the most net worth in the game, so everything's fine.
Don't show you. Oh, wait, he just burnt the TP.
Oh,
Nuts is just gonna. Okay, no, the bottle charges are going, and with the Tuskar snowball, Nuts starts
Oh,
his charge
no, he
away. She's
cancelled.
bumping back No-Tail. He has to go back into the tree line, but the trees get cut down. One more attack will actually come from the tower, which takes out Nuts. Wasn't really part of his initial plan. And now
he
No-Tail is
cancelled the
battling up
charge.
against Loda, who already takes out the rune. The bottle is going to arrive for him, so he's got a little bit to work with, but the Earthshaker, Fissure Block, it actually works for him, and Monkeys will be picking up Loda as well. The Earthshaker's getting trapped in a little bit, but as he walks down, he's still got a lot of life. No boots available, but it doesn't matter. S4 can't catch him, and the shards will lock out RK as well. The perfect shard position.
Oh, and he just revealed that they have a ward there too. Well, I guess SP was charging another target, so maybe, but that was really unfortunate. Mine Nuts, he canceled his charge. I guess he realized that, or he thought that it wouldn't have gone through. That's probably why he would cancel that charge there. And I don't think that killed.
I hate to say you, man, but we're gonna try this again, man. We're gonna try this again because for some reason the March of the Machines is trying to kill him. I think it's not even being played. So we'll get him back in just a moment. Nuts picking up a haste rune. It's going to really help out, especially when he gets the bash over on Fly. Starts for the charge to ensure the secondary bash, but the shallow grave keep Fly alive and he's back in range of his tier 1 tower.
Hello?
Hi, welcome back.
That's, I mean, you're still rolling to me.
Yeah, it's, I'll give you a TS ISP after this. Jump in for that. Snowball up on the top lane. S4, a little bit of trouble for him. RK keeping his life up with that restoration, and now they actually can turn this thing around. You do have the Spirit Breaker, but not enough mana for charge. Now he has enough. He's just going to go over towards Moon Meander. Find that quick pick off. And then get the hell out of there.
Hello?
Hi. Yeah, you're still good, man.
Okay, good. So yeah, I actually missed that aggression at top. I'm not sure if it's on my end, but regardless, yeah, they're getting the kills left and right, and Earthshaker going down now with No-Tail getting level 6 at mid. The Alchemist, though, still highest on the net worth for. Still farming.
I don't think it really could be stopped, can it?
Not with just the Beastmaster, that's for sure.
At least Beastmaster can deny up the bounty rune. Bottom rune was a double damage taken out by Fly, so Lud doesn't have anything there, but there's some stacks. Okay, there's no stacks
yeah,
in the
the
jungle.
Golems and the Satyrs.
No-Tail actually really enjoys doing this too. Pushing the Hawk up so he can block the spawn at the camps.
Yeah, it's always really nice to do against like these heavy neutral reliant on heroes like Alchemist. Again, he did opt for a stun earlier, and this is not the build I would do personally. I feel like maxing acid it's not very good. The mana cost is too heavy, and I think you want to get the most out of your Grievous Screed, so you need at least 2-3 points in it as soon as possible. But he has opted for it, and
it's
as you
almost
mentioned,
like
with
he's trying to just like think more about the lane zoning more than anything else when you do something like this.
I don't know though. I think it's actually going to end up hurting him in the process, and I think I think we're still going to see it. Even though he's farming all these neutrals, I don't think he's getting all the gold that he wants, and his mana is so low. He's not regening because he doesn't have a casual soul bee in his inventory, which buffs up the chemical rage mana regen by 50%. And yeah, so it's just like overall, I think he's not getting the best bang for his buck right now.
I think you're right, man. Loader has always liked to do things just a little bit differently. He likes to do it his way. And Radiant's Lifestealer. Just his way, man.
Traditional playstyle. I'm not too sure if he's thought about it that way, but it's definitely a product of just playing the game for so long. It's like you're so ingrained by muscle memory as well as how you've been doing it that you don't really think about alternatives too much. But I think the revolutionary aspect of Dota is a necessity, because it's ever changing with the patches and heroes and all these things. It's about to change again soon, you know. I heard Iceprox is actually going around asking people what heroes need nerf. Nice deny coming out of the top rune there by No-Tail. He denied the haste rune with the boar. An Alchemist. Kind of sad he didn't get it.
Not Lotus Day, obviously. Spirit Breaker's charging up to the top lane now. There are no Radiant Observer Walls to scout him out doing this, but just not going to complete the charge. At that point, he kind of thought he was going directly underneath the tier 1 tower. And Lotus money is starting to come up a lot faster, but this is normally around the point where an Alchemist who's farming up stacks and had a pretty damn good start in the middle lane will be looking to finish up the Relic. So he's about 1,000 gold behind the mark.
Did you see that? He placed the Observer Ward right under a sentry, and there was a Hawk that got denied here earlier, and that's not something you pay attention to too much. Perhaps it's something that No-Tail might have called out for him, but that ward's going to get denied as soon as it gets spotted by the Alchemist. So that's free 50 gold and 50 EXP.
Yep.
Miracle at the bottom lane.
Yeah, Nuts is going to charge him down. There's no level 6. And it looks like Nuts is actually expecting the Rocket Barrage, hence he just turned around straight away after just punching him once. But No-Tail and Fly, they're moving down. They're smoked up, and they're going to come over. Are they going to go up through the Ancients, or... They have one Observer Wall they can put up if they go through the Roche Pit. But instead they just use the Hawk for the vision. And I'll see Admiral Bulldog moving down, and yeah, that's just far enough. He'll surge away, the Raw's still going to connect, and with Rocket Barrage, and don't even need a Flight Cannon. I'll find that pick off on the Darkseer.
No cooldown was expended, and I think they can just pressure the tower off this. No Darkseer means that no wave push coming out of a Spirit Breaker anyway. And he's going to get ripped off.
Okay. So Nuts needs some help. Fortification will slow down this push, but with double boars already here. The next creep wave's a little bit further away, but Miracle's playing this little bit of a filter. he really wants to, he can throw down the cooldown, but they're committing more. And this is a 3-hero TP coming in from Alliance. RK already got the Iron Shell over on Nuts. Loaded TP to the front lines, and now with the concoction, looking for the opening. He will get the concoction off. It's over on Fly, while Nuts will be denied the kill for the moment, just only because of the shallow grave. But the Iron Shell, he's not close to finish the job. The heal bomb comes in, and Nuts wants to keep running. The Echo Slam keeps him out, and the Rocket Barrage. Great control coming up there from Monkeys. The Darkseid Illusion moves forward, but they're practically back to full life anyway. Very thanks to the Dazzle at level 3 on that healing wave.
S4
Has she found him? No, S4 jumped back. He had a defensive spirit escape.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
You know, S4 could have actually killed Crit there.
Radiant's top tower is under
Yeah, he could just change as soon as Crit finished this.
It's happening again, man. It's happening
Regardless,
again.
it was nice. Yeah.
I'm sorry, bro. Sorry. Okay, maybe this time he calls from his end, he'll be a little bit better. I'm sorry, guys. I'll fix it for later on. We'll jump over to our TS. It's been fine of late. Tonight, this is being a bit of a nuisance. All right, so hopefully everything will stabilize a little bit more.
I don't think my net itself is having problems, so I'm not sure. It might be a Skype thing.
It's just gonna be a routing thing, man. It's gonna be a routing thing. We'll jump on TS in a moment. But I don't have one at this point set up. Nuts, trouble. Middle lane getting roared, now Snowball. They got Walrus Punch up their sleeves, but it's not enough damage to get through that Spirit Breaker. Almost 1k life they've got to do. Crit also puts down that Observer right in front of the Dire Creep Wave. But he's turning around for the Shard attack, and Nuts, not a healthy man, but he's healthy enough to survive the Shards.
I think they're looking to deny up the tower. So they're going to just keep their presence here in the meantime. And Loda, closing in on that Radiance. It is quite I would say it's quite slow. And again, I think a lot of that has to do with his item build, or skill build rather, as well as the port at bottom. That port was really inefficient for him because he just stacked, just popped his ultimate and couldn't get any kills.
Yep.
So that kind of hurt him too, but he's about to close in on his relic right here.
Yeah. And then that Hawk coverage is going to be a lot more difficult. The Radiance Burn's going to get rid of it like most of the time. And there's the pop.
Yep.
Actually got minimal gold from it, so unlucky for him. Okay, so there's the relic. Fly out. The Observer Ward's actually in the perfect position to scout out this relic this movement. Courier, please work out what you're doing. Just sitting in the middle of the lane with a 3.8k gold item on it. Now it's going to come over. Alliance aggressively pushing down the bottom lane. Second Iron Shell can come up from Admiral Bulldog in 1 second, and he puts it on top of S4. They really want an opening, but Monkey, they're ready to fight here, but that Iron Shell burn damage may be a little bit too much. The Echo Slam keeps him out, the Darkseid wall, but Alliance, they are staying alive. RK with the 2 points up in Voodoo Restoration, now into the Death Ward, forcing back Monkey. The Death Ward damage is going to follow the Earthshaker almost into the tree lines. S4, he's being surged away, they'll go back through the wall. Protection area of Alliance. Get away from these Necro units of No Tail. But they got kind of what they came for. It was a pretty heavy initiation. To wait 8 seconds until S4 can get out. And he's got a spirit. He's got a spirit. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Like, did he have a defensive spirit available?
Yeah, I was just looking at the cooldown and it wasn't there, but I realized the Fire Remnant duration expiry thingy was there too, so. Well, another Remnant and space coming out of S4. Only problem is he doesn't have a Remnant to come back anymore, so he just, once he ports back, which he just did, he has to walk to a lane.
But at the same time, just Monkey really want to push. Like, you're down your Raw, you burnt your Echo Slam, you burnt your Necro units.
Yeah, it was space. It was space for Alliance. It was space for Alchemist, and I think we can see that. 700 gold from Relic, or Radiance rather. Yep. It is quite a slow Radiance, I have to say. Normally you get it way before level 11, but he's cracking level 11 before the Radiance itself.
Alright, so we have an Alchemist with a decent amount of farm, and obviously only going to skyrocket from this point out. Ember Spirit, who hasn't really been slowing down that much. No kills to his name, but it still has decent CS, considering the Alchemist is taking most of the stuns and he's being involved in fights now. The Spirit Breaker's looking good. RK is the lowest net worth on the field, but they walk directly into Monkey. The Paralyzing Cast's going to work. RK still got the Death Ward. Now the Sun's being used. He can let it go. And with a charge for the Darkseer Wall, they'll protect him inside of the Snowball. The shards will be there. That'll cancel the Death Ward. Nuts can't do any more damage. Admiral Bulldog tries to stand his ground, but the Rocket Barrage will bring him down. The Earthshaker may have died a long way to the west, but Loader and S4, they're too far away to really do anything about this, and all of Monkey are TPing back. Apart from No-Tail, who decided to actually hold on to his TP. Concoction from Loader, not going to be used. They'll just let it go. A 3-for-2 trade-off at the end of the day.
That was a really unfortunate timing for Alliance. Despite the pincer attack that it seemed to be at the start, they caught them, the 3 heroes just trailing into the woods. S4's Flame Guard was down, and that's why he remnanted out of the fight immediately. And I think if it was up, he would have just sat there and killed those 2 heroes and just wiped and cleaned up the rest of the fight with another remnant. As it stands, they chased the Earthshaker with the Alchemist and the Ember as well. And in the meantime, Fly.
Yep, there's your punch. Nuts is charging in as well. He's trying to keep Fly off him to stop that heal bomb from coming out. But it's still going to arrive from Fly. The Spirit Breaker will get the last punch, but now he's trapped in range of the tower and can't walk himself away. He's still being stunned up because the Fissure Beam there. Arca needs to give him a little bit more life, but the Echo Slam shut down. Boone wanted to really commit to that one. He was able to claim it. And now with Fissure off cooldown in 4 seconds time, they're going to snowball in, picking up the Earthshaker as they go. RK being punched up, the Fissure being a little bit earlier, but Admiral Bulldog will cancel his TP. He was TPing up from the bottom lane to try and help out his teammate, but the damage was already done by Monkeys.
What can I say? The classic heal bomb on the Ember Spirit. S4 thought he was sitting only on like 200, 300 life points, but he said, my Flame Guard's up, they can't burn it, so I have so much more effective HP. But the Shadow Wave from Dazzle, he does not care. It'll just bypass all of it and do a ton of physical damage on you, especially when there's so many creeps on top. So there it is, and Monkey are gonna get the top tower out of this. Just so much good movement coming out of them. They're getting all these kills and these objectives. And Alliance again, like with this Alchemist early pick, they haven't gotten a single tier 1 tower. So despite the net worth, despite how deceptive it looks in favor of them, even because the Alchemist is highest, I don't see this going well for them in the long game. And he picked up a point booster, Toby. I'm not too sure if it's gonna be an Octarine right away or an Aghanims right away, but I don't think the Aghanims is enough for them to change this game.
You may just want the stats for now, but at the same time, like, you could always just get the Vid booster as well if you're looking for that raw health to survive the early fights.
Well, I think eventually he wants an Octarine, so I don't think this is a bad choice.
Yeah,
he does want mana too. Yeah, but I don't know. I want to say just preemptively that if he wants to give Witch Doctor and Ags to bring back this game or something like that, I really don't think that's the right call. It's gonna completely shut off his item progression, and given the space that these 4 heroes have been trying to make this game for him, he has to carry. He has to be the one that gets big.
Yeah, and then they just try and find as much space for S4 at the same time, farming up Loader, but the high ground defense from Alliance is still pretty damn good. Like, you've got that Wombo combo you're searching for, the big vac into a potential concoction with a sleight of fist searing chains on all of them. And that does a lot of work too. Because when they're all grouped up together and you get that Battle Fury done on the Ember Spirit, you're going to get that cleave going to work. So that's a very scary combo, but they need to find these items before. Which means you need levels on the Darkseer to get higher levels up in vac, and you need to get that Battle Fury on the Ember.
Right. They want to aggress on the Gyrocopter here, but they don't see the heroes on the side of Monkey, and as you can see, 3 heroes are smoked up behind them, so I think it's a good call that they realize with their awareness saying, like, we have these 2 rune wards and nobody's showing on the map. Our Alchemist is farming deep in mid.
Charges coming over on No-Tail. He'll trigger at the Necro units, and S4 actually just leaves. The Earthshaker picks the Darkseer on the bottom lane in the meantime. Earthbreaker's still going to commit towards this charge, going to go through the Necro units to Raw, cancelling Nuts. He's got Nether Strike available, but no mana. The Necro units just burn it straight off him, and S4 needs to kill off this Necro unit, not Nuts. No, in fact, Loader's going to be doing it himself. Gets the extra cash for him, and that's now up to almost 6k gold on this Alchemist.
Oh, I thought Alliance had complete awareness of the smoke coming in, so I thought they would back, but Bulldog still ended up getting picked. And I think it's a product of Moon just having a blink deck at a nice time or an opportune moment. But really, just getting a pick down there and then forcing all their heroes top. This is a really big win for Monkey. Even though Loda ended up getting all the gold for it, so it was kind of good for Loda too.
It's kind of funny when you look at it. Like, you talk about this, like, it's a big win for Monkey. Gold difference is only
Loda,
200 going the way of Monkey, and the experience isn't over 2,000. So I understand what you're saying, where Monkey are getting a lot of great stuff, but I'm also seeing space being made for S4. He actually goes for a Blink Dagger early on, so Alliance want to keep on fighting.
Oh, this is so committing. Yeah, he's committing so hard and saying that I want Alchemist to just be the sole carry of this game. I'm just gonna play Playmaker, Space Maker role. I don't know about this one. I think if he wanted to do what he wanted to do,
get enough space for the Octarine Core and the Mana Star to come up, then yeah, they've got a lot to work with. Miracle being attacked here in the mid lane by S4. Arcade's in the neighborhood. He'll throw out the Paralyzing Cask, but soon they'll realize the rest of Monkey sitting right behind him. But that's fine for Alliance. Alchemist will now take out the bottom tower, and he's practically got the Octarine.
20-minute Radiance Octarine, it's not too bad, but again, I don't know, this Blink Dagger call. Like, if he wanted to do what's on his agenda right now, he should have just rushed BKB so his shield doesn't get expired, even through the roar and stuff like that. But right now, I feel like his hero is actually a liability, just because of how underfarmed he is.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
This is, I think this is a glaring problem for Alliance, honestly. This is, like, their ability to scale and the high ground defense that you were looking for. I'm not sure if it'll ever come to pass at this rate.
I'm not sure either. Monkeys can't force anything just yet. They do have a nice observe ward, so they can see behind the lines of Alliance and understand exactly what they're up to. They'll notice that Loda triggers Chemical Rage, so they don't want to initiate into that. At the same time, like, the duration compared to the cooldown, a 25-second duration to the 33.75-second cooldown, you kind of always have this Chemical Rage up.
Yeah. You just spam it all day. You're basically an ultimate
Smoke
form
move.
24/7.
They find Fly. S4. He needs to just get the quick jump up right now. They'll get the Searing Chain and a very quick pick off on the Dazzle.
He got the grave.
He's still going to get Radiance burned down, so even with the Shallow Grave, he can't do much. The rest of Monkey just try to initiate the top lane. The Blink 4 from S4. Getting aggressive in the face of Miracle. Loda. Back into Chemical Rage, surging forward, starts up from that concoction, crit, caught from the tree line. They'll go into the deathboard here of Arcade with the snowball protection. He'll buy himself a little bit of time actually going over towards Loda. S4 has to render himself away, but they're in the middle of the cooldown alliance. Loda's the only man in the front lines, but he's got auction back off cooldown, looking for the hit, and he finds no tell. While S4 jumps forward, a crit, a big Echo Slam from Moon with a follow-up fissure, catching up 4 heroes. They're back into the wall. Admirable, like, trying to create space, but not enough being there. S4 still needs space to move. He's got this Gem of True Sight from Monkeys into his own hands, and Loda's coming in for another fight. Concoction's done, flies over to No-Tail. They'll still got this Darkseer illusion. It won't do enough work, however, and S4, he's really not certain he can jump. Arcade's not certain either. Nuts doesn't care. He almost runs underneath the tier 1 tower, but pulls out at the last moment. And Lions will say no to any more of this fighting. They have to retreat back out again.
Nuts bought back for that. And I thought he was going to commit an ulti for sure, because there was not a lot of mana and not a lot of spells left on Monkey. But to an extent, I think it was a good call that he didn't go for it, because even S4 was unsure himself because he was low. And he did recover the gem in that fight. He did pick it up, so I think overall that was still a win for Alliance. We saw Loda, once he was ulti, he just charged in and didn't care about anything.
The rando snowball. You snowball an Ember Spirit who blinks forward, then remnants back.
Ah, yes.
That's how to shift a glacier 3 different ways in the space of a fraction of a second.
But yeah, Loda in ultimate form is quite scary right now. We saw like Monkey, all of them were just retreating away from Loda. They didn't want to fight this raid boss right now. Radiance burn is so strong. The evasion on Radiance it just breaks the item, I think.
Wait until he starts getting bigger items.
Is under attack.
I guess right now you're only looking at Treads, Radiance as well as Octarine. The fact he also got Treads makes me think that we're not going to be looking at a standard split push approach from the Alchemist. You're probably still looking at the Mana style build, but for now, he's not forced into that, because that would be what he would have to do if he has the BTs. Then you just turn it into Mana style illusion push this way, Mana style illusion push the other way, and then it's the ultimate rat Dota.
Honestly, I think he just goes a Silk Curse from here. I think he just takes over the fight. Like, we saw in the last fight, like, they couldn't touch him without the Dazzle Weave.
I would actually be down with that, especially considering, like, you're still going up against Medallion as well as Weave, and you've got 4 armor on an Alchemist with this build. Like, he needs more.
Yeah,
even if it's just the casual plate mail for now, it's definitely going to be worth it.
Yeah. He It doesn't. Honestly, I didn't think he could do really good in that last fight, but again, that's just the power of chemical. You regen 75 HP per second. What 200 damage nukes they're throwing at you? It's literally being recovered as you're running at them. So, it's a scary thought.
All that regeneration
And
you talked
Monkey?
about. Okay,
They're in position, but yeah,
you're
they can't
in,
burst
you're
out
in
yet.
position, but what are you going to do? Like, if you blink Roar on the Alchemist, you got to catch him in that 5-second downtime between Chemical Rage, and burn off enough mana with the level 3 Necro Books. Okay, there's S4 jumping on No Tail. There's no support behind him. Like, Nuts was nearby, but they're not going to go any further. And in fact, now they're just going to start de-warding out the obs around Roshan. Radiant Vision is pretty limited. They've only got the Hawks and then 2 obs wards. That one behind the tier 2 tower in mid, and the other one over inside the Dire jungle. So they are a little bit more blind over near Roshan, but that's why these Hawks just have to keep looking time and time again. Because Alliance want it. Alliance won. Okay, they're even going to charge the Hawk to ensure it's gone.
Yeah, well, if you don't have any other charge targets on the map, why not?
Get in and take Roshan. Monkeys
Well,
push.
I don't think they want to go into the pit against the Gyrocopter, Tusk, and a Beastmaster, Earthshaker. Right now, I don't think they want to go in without a pick. It's too risky, and their damage is like, it's very spread out. It's not single target focus damage that a Slaughter would just provide for you immediately with an amp. It is acid spray, but it's not enough. I don't think.
Radiant spell on the Hawk. They're started fisting to get rid of the Hawk. Alliance really hate being watched. Monkey, you're just a bunch of voyeurs.
Being watched in Dota is honestly, it's a very unsettling feeling. 'Cause if you're being watched and you're not seeing what they're doing, they could be doing anything.
And these guys should never be on the Truman Show. Spirit Breaker back base as Nuts starts building towards what I assume will probably be the BKB of his. The Monkeys, they want to fight. They don't want to wait for these BKBs to finish, and they're going to go for S4. The Blink, the Roar, the Mana Burn, and how quickly does he die? The acid spray and concoction from Loader we tossed out, but Vision keeps the creep wave back for a little bit longer. With the Radiance Burn as well, they can get through a little bit of it. But Loader doesn't have Chemical Rage. This is that 1 second we were talking about. 1 second out of that 5 seconds we're talking about. Where Loader doesn't have his Chemical Rage. Now he does, and he'll start beating into Miracle. Use that regeneration to force himself to be the primary target and not his buildings. They can't allow Monkeys just to keep forcing the issue here.
Now the pressure's coming in, and again, Alliance 4v5, even with the Alchemist, they really can't take this. And I don't think they should go high ground, Monkey. I think they should just settle back and wait for another opportunity so they can roast, because they still have big ultimates up, and the Necrobook as well as the Roar on its healthy progression towards a reset. They might just go for something for sure, because they just picked the Butterfly on Miracle, and that's a huge power spike for him.
They're waiting. They're waiting for Alliance to come out. They've got a perfect Observer Ward coverage.
Oh,
Loader,
yeah.
not triggering that Chemical Rage, but they find the Hawks. They know they're visible. And Miracle is not given the opportunity.
Yeah, but Alliance are being watched. All 5 of their heroes are basically under vision right now. And this is Monkey Business's time to make a move for sure.
But where do they go? The Hawk still sees Loader. Now it's actually going to burn out. Loader doesn't get the money for it, so he doesn't know it. But they initiate on No Tail. He got the Necro Books off, but how much work can they do? Sorry, he hasn't yet. 3 seconds till they can do that. But Admiral Bulldog, the perfect position until the follow-up Echo Slam. The Snowball protection as well. You've lost a 1-for-1. No Tail did end up dropping. And now you've still got Miracle
Loader
going to work. He gets through the unkillable Loader. SF is just done. It's going to be there. Nuts take even more damage. S4 cannot buy space for his teammate. Loader will buy back and come to the front lines. But the damage has already been done. 17-11 on the board. Are they wanting to go? S4 he does. He blinks forward, goes for the Searing Chains. He's Miracle there. Concoction someone flying into. It doesn't hit the Earthshaker. It kills off S4. And now Loader in a dangerous position. He cannot die back. Loader actually getting stunned up. The Surge has got a little bit more time from Admiral Bulldog left on it. And they'll end up just controlling them for the moment until that Blink Dagger is back off cooldown. The Blink forward, Admiral Bulldog blinks over. But the Rock Wall will not be able to stun him in time. And a safe TP out for Earthshaker. They'll get back to safety.
Yeah, that was a really close one. Imagine if he actually saw Loda with that blink forward and he fissured him. If Loda died there, game was over for sure. Because he just bought back. And S4 dying there again. Toby, it's 30 minutes into the game. This Ember has a lot of gold. But he has a Blink Dagger and Treads, man. this is just what happens when you don't build into that battle fury or build into an item that helps him sustain in the fights.
Yep.
He's just a guerrilla tactic in and out kind of guy, and it just does not synergize with the Darkseer as much as you would hope because you don't have the cleave. So they're really lacking on the damage department. The next objective I think is going to be Roshan for Monkey, and honestly I don't see how Alliance stopped them. The fight that they just had is like the best one they could have asked for.
Yeah.
S4 initiating, 5-second stun.
Yeah, this is not the Alliance dream right now. When Loader is not carrying hard enough. Bottom lane, Notal trying to go on S4. His blink deck is back off cooldown, and he actually blinks down. Now they go for the charge over on Notal.
Oh, not to
another
stop.
strike, but no, they can't reach him. The Necro units will come up. The back from Admiral Bulldog will open up the jungle. They still have to get through these Necro units. Nut's gonna be careful about his life. Admiral Bulldog will actually get the kill on the Necro units, but they're coming over. Miracle looking for the call down. The big fish is done, catching out 3. Now they go to the call down. Loader gets caught by it a little bit. S4 still in the fight, locking down Miracle with that searing chains, but RK, he needs to keep his distance here. Now the paralyzing cast. The Earthshaker dumps in with him, killing off RK. No death ward for this fight. Loader, how long can you tank? Not long when you're negative 17 armor. Pulled into a rocket barrage. No flight cannon damage just yet. And with the side of fist searing chains, they're really being controlled up. But Loader, he's lost the regeneration and he's lost the fight. That's actually a death after he bought back. So a long time being on the sidelines. Can't stop flying on the run out of here. Snowball can't keep up with him. Charge will be successful going north. But Admiral Bulldog still needs to get back to base as well. S4 is trying to control the mid. Crick can't have, he doesn't have enough life to get in. So let's have to let this one go for now. Or do they? S4 should have a spirit.
I think S4 is fine. It's nice that they're able to push out mid here because then it just shuts down the potential Monkey follow-up after the Roshan. I think they're going to just go into Roshan and try to push base off this, or at the very least they're taking the tier 2 bottom, which is pretty much free point. And with Loda being down for 40 seconds, I really don't see why they wouldn't go for Roshan after.
There goes your tier 2.
Oh, they're just going to get a kill and go for base.
Okay, that's one way to do it. The vac from Admiral Bulldog tried to buy a little bit of space, but wasn't enough. You still got 27 seconds without Loader, and Crit just goes in. Finds RK, the flank and damage a little bit too far away, but they find S4. Start a fifth searing chain will go to work.
Oh.
Look at No Talent as well as Moon. They both jump as quickly as they possibly can to get that pick on S4. They can't get it. But S4 had to remnant back up to the top lane, so he was unable to stick around, which means this bottom rack is gone. And maybe even then the rotation to mid. Monkeys will probably fall back, however. The sustain, maybe not there. Yeah,
No,
they're backing.
not. They're just gonna back, and again, they got everything they had asked for and more. They forced S4 to spend a lot more time and gold on things that he didn't want to do. They killed the Alchemist twice after death, and Alchemist just now at 32 minutes, he's gonna pick up his Manta. But as you said, it's not nearly as effective as an Alchemist. It doesn't change the game. At this point, it's just an Alchemist with a Manta. They are, however, I think they're gonna get Fly. Oh no, never mind. They're scared. They're scared because Miracle has 3 items here. And I think they realize the difficulty of fighting into him right now without S4.
I think they're also scared too because they lost all their vision. They had the wards taken out on the hillside. They just don't see anything of monkeys. If you look at the vision on the map right now, this observer was the only thing that stayed alive near the top rune. Primarily because that's the one place where monkeys have not been moving because they don't have to. And they're focusing around the Roshan pit, which now they are going to take. And Alliance aren't in position to contest this. S4's pushing at the top lane. I don't know if he's still desperately trying to scramble towards that Battle Fury, because he still needs it. Even if we're 33 minutes into this game, he still needs the Battle Fury to do anything in the fights.
I think honestly at this point he just should get a BKB. He's actually going to get the Battle Fury now. I feel like what should have happened is if he just gets a BKB, he can just all in with the next fight, because this Gyrocopter with Aegis, I don't think they have the damage to bring him down twice. Again, Alliance's team fight is like completely based on the ability of their 5-manning with their spells channeling and connecting properly with the Witch Doctor cast, the vacuum wall, all these things coming into play. And of course the Battle Fury does reinforce that, but right now he's mostly just a chain and a shield, and he can't maintain that without a BKB at this point.
Well, for now, man, 9 shell on him. He can slide a fist through that mid wave, drag it back a little bit further. Can that Gyrocopter? What are you meant to do? He's got a butterfly up and running. You can't directly attack. S4 getting caught on the Fidget stun. He's able to spirit jump himself away. Abra Bulldog gave him the heal from the mech just in case. But Arcade, the flat cannon damage almost takes him out. How is he meant to nether ward when just one flat cannon set of hits bring him down to practically 0 life? Now, the Nether Strike, nope, they pull out of it. S4 jumps forward again for another Searing Chain, but the Fidget Stun connects on the Alchemist. He'll Mana Style up, trying to push back the rest of Monkey with a blink forward from Notel. The backwall from Abra Ball is going to do some work. Arcade into that Death Ward, but then again, how much damage they really have. With the Snowball coming forward, there's nothing really more for Alliance to give. Loader can be on the front lines. Nuts will die underneath his own tier 4 towers, and Loader is being Necro booked down. He was battling up against a Dazzle only. He'll get the kill over on Notel, which is great for Loader with Amanda Illusions. Okay, he's gonna get himself away. Is he jumping? No. He's running down to pick up a TP scroll. Red Alliance have no one left alive apart from Loader, and no way to bring him back to death, back to what's living, apart from Abra Bulldog who can buy it back. So it's a tier 3. It's a top lane fight. That's all. That's all that can happen.
Yep. Miracle bought a rapier. I don't even know. When he went to the secret shop just now, he bought a rapier and he popped Satanic and he healed for like 1,500 HP in one tick. And I was like, what the hell just happened?
That would explain why Arcade died so early.
Yeah. Did you know when he was getting solar crested on that tower siege, the acid spray did 9 damage a tick on him. 9 damage. That's not how you stop a push.
Oh, they got the Aghanims. They gave the Aghanims to the Witch Doctor.
Oh, nice. This is what they're going for.
That's what Loader picked up. But he doesn't have his death ward for another 8 seconds. They have to wait a little bit longer
before they go.
They're up against Megas. You do back in Miracle. He's in range of the tower, and maybe this rapier can turn things around. But the Shallow Grave and Satanic does so much work. Arcade, get back in home. Miracle is still tanking the bloody fountain. He's still alive through all of this. Loader can't do any more damage. Miracle again. He still has Aegis Immortal as well. They are footprinting Alliance's ass with this rapier. Monkeys will take him out in the fountain. That is it. Alliance, GG, they're out. He'll take it 2-1.
Yep. There it is. AK matchmaking points. The AK on Monkey has suppressed the AK on Alliance. And today is the day for Monkey.
Oh my. You just, like, that firepower. Just so strong from Jara. 17-1-7 for Miracle as well. They never tried to stop him. 1 death in this entire game.